Calm down. Okay. If the dog will calm down.
I don't think
There's lots of love in this house.
And this is your anniversary today.
yes, it is.
It is 18 years. So which story do you want? Awesome.
Tell us the one about the speeding ticket.
Okay.
Oh, how I met her father. Before I met Karina.
2 years before.
I had just graduated from the Air Force Academy. I had the typical cadet sports car and was zooming down the road heading south to visit a friend of mine who was still going to college. And I was oblivious to the world. I was happy. I was a brand new second lieutenant. I had my tunes going. I had my radar detector on, so I knew I was safe, and I had my fancy sports car. And down the highway I went. And coming up the highway in the other direction was a marked Colorado Highway Patrol car, which I didn't notice, and with Karina's father in it. He saw me going the other way and obviously speeding. Pulled across the midsection and got in behind me. Tracked me for a while so he could be sure I was speeding without using the radar gun because he'd seen my radar detector. Had me dead to rights. I never saw him. So at that point, as I understand it, he decided to have some fun with me.
Yes, he tells it that way. He says, I'm going to have fun with this one.
So he got one car back, so there's a car between me and him, and he paced me for a little bit further. I still didn't notice him. So he got right behind me, just a couple car lengths back. So right in my rearview mirror is the patrol car, big as life. I still hadn't noticed it. I got my tunes going. I'm a brand new second lieutenant. Life is good. And he turned radar gun all the way up to full power. Hit it, the lights, and the siren all at the same time. I had a radar detector that the stronger the signal was, the louder it beeped. So it went nuts. The lights went off. The sirens went on. He told me afterwards he could see the roof of my car bend where my head hit it. Over to you, love.
So I was a senior in college at that time. I came home, and it's the first thing he has to tell me is about this story. Oh, you've got to hear about this speeder I got. It was hilarious. That summer, it didn't matter what he was talking to someone about. You could be talking about weather. You could be talking about cars. You could be talking about what you ate for dinner the day before. That reminds me, I've got this speeder this summer. It was great. I knew the story backwards and forward.
So Karina and I are off on our first date, both of us stationed down in Texas, and heading down to go play tourist in Mexico. And we hit it off right from the start. And we were trading stories back and forth. And it's been 2 years. At this point, the story's funny. And so I start telling her the story of the speeding ticket that I got. And right in the middle of it, she stops me and says, do you remember his name? I told her no, but I'll never forget his face.
At that point, I pulled out my wallet with a picture of my father in uniform and handed it over. You recognize him?
Yeah, that's him. Into that day, we had a wonderful time.
Oh, yeah.
We got back to the base, got Karina's room over in the unaccompanied officers' quarters, and got a second phone to hook up to the phone lines in her room. She called her dad. Said, hey, Dad, you know that story you're always telling about the speeder? You hear her dad and they go, yeah? Hi, sir.
Nice to meet you again.
There was about 30 seconds of dead silence, and then all we heard was, no. We were married before the year was out.
That's right. Okay. Any more stories you want to hear?
We'll save that for the next one.
Okay.
What? What? You just want the attention.